Promposals have always been a weird concept for me. It's like a marriage proposal, but for teenagers. I guess, sure, it's fun to basically play marriage proposal. And as someone who went with no one to prom, well, who am I to judge? Okay, it wasn't my fault, alright? Like, my school banned all promposals. Like, I'm not even kidding. And honestly, as a Canadian, at our school especially, prom was never really that big of a deal. But in some schools and on just about every American TV show ever, like prom is this huge thing with extravagant promposals. So today we're gonna look at some terrible promposals as well as some bad homecoming ones, because I think some places just do both at the same time. And well, let's see how many brain cells we lose today. I'm not putting my clothes back on unless you go with me to prom. Is he just facing bare ass in the back? Like, just right to the wind. Can you imagine if she doesn't give an immediate answer and she's just like, you know what, just let me think about it. Give me a couple days. As she gets grossed out, for sure. And this man's just walking around wearing only a sign, just cheeks out. I mean, if Naked Attraction can get away with doing this, I mean, why can't this guy? Also, the sign says that he's not putting back on his clothes unless she says yes. So, what if she says no? Is he just gonna become like a nudist or something now? Let me take yo ass to prom. Honestly, I was hoping that this wasn't a pun and that this girl's actually a donkey farmer or something. And that this guy is taking like her donkey to prom. Like, can you imagine him just like riding into prom on this donkey who's just wearing this like $40 dress from Sheen? Either that or he only wants to take her butt and her butt only. Honestly, I don't know which one is worse. Also, when I said that my school banned promposals, it was because somebody decided to pop 1,000 balloons and just drop them all into the cafeteria all at once. I was literally sitting there in the caf that day trying to study, and all I could hear was pop, 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 pop. It sounded like a war zone, alright? It was some Call of Duty shit. So yeah, after that, our school was like, no more promposals. If you're going to prom, go with friends or something. Worry less about dates. I'm not even kidding. Will you go to the prom with me, or is this too cheesy? Okay, I actually low-key kind of love this one, but if you're gonna do this, why not just get an all-cheese pizza? Also, sadly for his lactose-intolerant girlfriend, why yes, this was indeed too cheesy. Now we got another pizza one with like M&Ms on top of a pizza. Like, why not just use pizza toppings? That is gonna taste disgusting. Like, even if you remove the M&Ms later from that, it's gonna have like this weird little patches of sweetness, like, disgusting shit. Next up, we've got another ass one. This guy either really loves eating donkeys, or he's a cannibal. Army Hammer? Either way to keep it classy. Come to homecoming with me or I'll leak your nudes. First off, illegal. I'm pressing charges. Second of all, you are the worst, okay? There's nothing that I can say on YouTube about this, other than that this girl should call the cops, and that I have no faith in humanity anymore. Honestly, I am hoping that this is some inside joke between them, because if not, this is pretty fucked up. I mean, it's still pretty messed up, don't get me wrong, but yeah, this is just whack. Will you be the chicken to my nugget at prom? That is just unsettling. Like, is he supposed to be a chicken nugget? He looks more like a mummy or a dead body. Like, this is some CSI or Criminal Minds shit right here, okay? Like, you know those weird scenes where the serial killers just, like, set up their victims in weird ways? Also, how was this supposed to go down? Imagine being this girl and you're like, well, I just finished eating a ton of Taco Bell and I've got to run to the loo for now. You run to the toilet and the first thing that you see is a man in an orange turd costume just sitting in your bathtub. At that point, let's just say, I wish I would have worn the brown pants. Also, looking at this, it's like if McDonald's made a horror movie about the McNugget. I mean, with the amount of questionable horror titles that we've been getting in the last few years and coming soon, I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes a thing in the future. And then you have this gentleman right here who just tanned the words prom to his body. Unpopular opinion maybe, but I think this is probably one of the worst ones on this list so far, since while the others are mostly just cringe, you're actually hurting your body for this one. Like, this guy is literally damaging his own body for prom. Can you imagine going to the tanning salon and just asking the staff to do this for you? Oh yeah, no big deal, just stick a big prom decal on my back. Also guys, do you see how red that is? Like, mans need some skincare, okay? Like, now. Like, slap some aloe vera or Vaseline on that or something. And then this one is just a prom tattoo. Okay, never mind. This one is actually the worst. Prom only happens like once in your life for most people when you're a teenager. So why would you permanently get that tattooed onto your body? And can you imagine going on future dates with people and having to explain the prom tattoo that's on like the side of your chest? Like, that's assuming that you're not with your high school prom date anymore, because prom date relationships in high school rarely, if ever, last. Also, what if prom night didn't go well or she said no? Well, thankfully, now you have a permanent reminder of that on your body forever and ever. For this guy's sake, I honestly hope that it is a fake tattoo. Just shoot yes or no. Prom? Well, you know what? Really putting a lot of stock into his date being a good shot, isn't he? Really brings a whole new meaning to shoot your shot. Also, let's hope that his date's a better shot than Dick Cheney. And this one's just a Scantron card. Funny enough, he actually aced that. Oh, we've got a homecoming one. Out of all the fish in the sea, your Really? Gina's smells the fishiest. I really hope that this is an inside joke between the two and that they're Finding Nemo fans or something, because what the fuck? Also, I don't think that's a compliment, but with all the fishies on the car, I'd say I'd give them an A for effort and to sticking to the theming. Can you suck? Wait, what? Can you go with me to prom so it doesn't suck? First off, very classy gentleman. Second of all, I'm pressing charges on the spelling and the spacing on this one. Also, you know what? It is every girl's dream to be asked out in a harassing way, according to this guy. Also, this guy and the fish vagina guy are best friends, okay? I'm telling you that right now. Let me take you to homecoming so I don't have to be alone at Okay, you know what? I'll give an A for the pun, okay? Once again, classiest gentleman in the whole school right here. These three are definitely friends. And honestly, her face just says it all. If I were her, I'd be like, well, don't let me ruin your night, Trevor. And this next one is... I really hope that this one is real. Like, can you imagine you're putting a grandiose sticky note promposal just to remember that you don't know how to fucking spell prom? Like... Okay, that just looks nasty. Like, what even is that? Like, whatever it is, burn it. Just burn it with fire. But okay, what actually is that? Like, is that a... I think that's a chicken breast. You know what? This was gross at first, but now this is giving me serial killer vibes, okay? Like, if you told me this was how Jeffrey Dahmer asked his date to prom, I would believe it. Imagine you're at school, everyone is getting signs, chocolate, flowers, and you get a wet, rotting, stinky chicken breast. Cause you know by looking at that that's unrefrigerated. And I've seen enough kitchen nightmares to know that that must smell absolutely rancid. Like, it must smell like shit. Oh, and by the way, speaking of shit, Sean, I'd shit myself if you were my homecoming date. Okay, so there's where the school mascot went. Also, I have to admit, this is cute in a cringe way, but that is still way too public and way too awkward. So all this time, we've been seeing people who put in way too much, and then there's this literal fucking burger. That literally is the least amount of effort I've ever seen, but honestly, is it working? Kinda. It's giving economical. And in this economy, we love ourselves a savvy prom date. Anyways, guys, that's it for some terrible promposals. What do you think of promposals? Did you ever get one? And what is the worst that you've ever seen? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you, Mochis, in the next video. Bye-bye.